Hi, welcome to the class. Today we'll do another topic of chapter electric field. Name of the topic is electric dipole. So let us first understand what is electric dipole. So electric dipole is a combination of two equal and opposite charges separated by a very small distance. So electric dipole means two equal and opposite charges separated by a very small distance. So this is electric dipole. So if I take any two charges here, plus q, next will be minus q. So these two charges are equal in magnitude but opposite. One is plus, another is minus, and let me take the distance between them as 2a. Why I am taking this distance as 2a? Because whenever we do some kind of derivation where we have to take the half of this distance, then it will be a only. Okay, if you are not comfortable with taking it as 2a, then you can take it as a also, right? So both are acceptable. So two equal and opposite charges separated by a very small distance is this. Now you may ask, sir, give us some examples of electric dipole. Example of electric dipole is HCl molecule, H plus, Cl minus. Similarly, H2 plus, O minus. So these are the examples which are existing in nature of electric dipole. So here you have two equal and opposite ions, and they are separated by a very small distance, right? So this is what we call electric dipole. Now there is something called electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment, and this electric dipole moment tells us the strength of this electric dipole. So we know that in electric dipole we have a positive charge, we have a negative charge. So positive will attract this negative charge. So what is the strength? How strong is this dipole? Can be measured by this electric dipole moment. Now, like momentum, this electric dipole moment is denoted by P. So momentum, if you remember, we denote momentum by P only, linear momentum I am talking about. So electric dipole moment is represented by P, and it is a vector also, like momentum, linear momentum. So how do we define it? It is the product of either charge. So when I write either charge, I mean one charge was positive, another was negative. So if you take any one of them, so any one of them means magnitude of both the charges are same. So that is why any one of them. It is the product of either charge and the distance between them. Distance between them. So this electric dipole moment P will be equal to either charge, either you take positive q and negative q multiplied by 2a, which is the distance between these two charges. So this is how electric dipole moment can be calculated. What could be the SI unit of charge? Coulomb. What could be the SI unit of distance? Meter. What will be the SI unit of this electric dipole moment? Will be Coulomb meter. So Coulomb meter will be its SI unit. It is a vector quantity, as I told you, and this arrow, with this arrow you can make out that it is a vector quantity. Now if it is a vector quantity, where will be the direction of this electric dipole moment? So the direction of electric dipole moment is always taken from negative charge to positive charge. So its direction of P is always taken from negative charge to positive charge. So the direction of electric dipole moment is always taken from negative charge to positive charge. So this was about electric dipole moment and electric dipole. Now, we know that electric field due to a single charge, which we had done in the previous class, and the electric field to a single charge is E is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square. This was the electric field due to a single charge. And here you can see that this electric field E is inversely proportional to R square. Alright. So this was a single charge. It could be positive charge, it could be negative charge. So whenever you take this electric field, you will not mention negative or positive for this charge. Okay. So if it is a negative charge, electric field will remain same. If it is a positive charge, electric field will remain same. Now, this was single charge. But now, I have two charges. Plus charge and then minus charge. I mean, I have a dipole, electric dipole. It is separated by a distance 2a. And now I want to calculate the electric field of this electric dipole along this axis. It means there is a point along this axis. Suppose this point is here, P. So this is A, this is B, this is P, and this is the center of the dipole, O. So I want to calculate the electric field of this dipole. It means electric field of these two charges. And I know that the electric field due to each of these two charges at this point will be given by this. But I want to calculate the electric field of this dipole along the axis. So that is what we call, because it is along the axis, we call electric field along axial line or end-on position. So this is case number 1. Right now I am calculating the electric field of this dipole along the axis, and this is what we call electric field along axial line or end-on position. Now let me assume that this distance of point P from the center is to be x. This is a derivation, guys, and whenever we do any derivation, we all have to be very sure that we draw the diagram correctly. We should label it, and we should always write an introductory part about it. What do you mean by introductory part? We should write that let us consider an electric dipole separated by distance 2a. Let us assume the point P along the axis of this dipole at a distance x from the center O. Now you know that in order to calculate any electric field by any setup of charge, what we have to do, we have to put up unit positive test charge at that point. This was the standard procedure which we followed in the previous lecture also when we were deriving this thing. Now, positive, electric field of this charge at this point will be radially outward. If you remember, positive charge always, the electric field lines always originate from the positive charge. So they come out of the positive charge. That is why this electric field will be along this direction. Electric field line due to a negative charge is towards the charge because they terminate on the negative charge, E2. So guys, electric field due to plus Q at P, which is E1. Now this is a single charge. We will be using this expression. So it will come 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon. What is the distance from this point to this point? From the center up till here it is x, and from here up till here it will be a, because this is the center. If this is 2a, it will be a, it will be a. So distance will be x plus a whole square, and that this direction of this is towards that side. So I'll write away from P. Similarly, electric field due to minus Q at P. E2 is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. You will not put up the minus sign of this q as I told you. Upon, now the distance of this up till here. So if this is x and this remaining distance is a, x minus a, if you do, the remaining distance will come. So this will be x minus a whole square. So this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Now as you can see the direction of these two, so it is away from P, it is towards P, or you can say towards minus P. So as you can see from these two expressions, these directions are opposite to each other. So if I have to calculate net electric field, I am naming it as E, net electric field, because one electric field is in that direction, another electric field in this direction. Both are vectors, that is why we have to consider these directions also. Now you tell me which one is greater? Which one is greater among these two? So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught same in both, q is same in both, distances are different. Now you know that E is inversely proportional to r square. More the distance, less will be the electric field. Here the distance is more. Why? Because we are adding a in x. So x will become more. So this distance is more. Here distance is less. So if distance is less, electric field will be more. So E2 is greater than E1. So therefore, net electric field will be E2 minus E1. If I put the values 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x minus a whole square minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x plus a whole square. You can take common. E is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q 1 upon x minus a whole square minus 1 upon x plus a whole square. Take the LCM. E is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q. LCM if I take, it will come x minus a whole square and then x plus a whole square. Or we can use a square minus b square also, because this is a minus b and this is a plus b. So a plus b, a minus b will be a square minus b square and then whole square. Now if you take the LCM, it will come x plus a whole square minus x minus a whole square. Now a plus b whole square and then a minus b whole square. If you solve this, most of the terms will get cancelled out and it will give you 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q. So guys, we will be left out with 4xa. You can see and solve these two things, and then it will be x square minus a square by whole square. Now what I can do, instead of this 4xa, I will write it 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q, then 2a into 2x, because 2 to 4 again 4ax. Why I am doing it? Because I know the value of this. This is what we call electric dipole moment P. And then we are left with x square minus a square whole square. So E is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So this will become P. It will be 2px upon x square minus this. Now guys, we have got the expression for E, but we need to apply this expression for the real cases. Now in real cases, these dipoles are very small. So when we say the dipoles are small, we mean that if I apply this condition, for small dipoles. So if you apply this condition, small dipole means the distance of point P from the center of the dipole would be much greater. So this x will be much greater as compared to the distance between the dipole, 2a. The distance of point P from the center of the dipole will be much greater as compared to this dipole. So therefore we can neglect this term because already it is very small. So square of a small term will be more lesser, and then again you are squaring it. So this whole term I can ignore. This a square I can ignore. So what I am left with if I apply this condition, P is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2px upon, I can ignore this whole, then I am left with x square whole square. So you know that 1 power of x goes off with x, and what I am left with is this. E is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon x cube. Now guys, look at this expression and look at this expression. This was the expression for a single charge. This is the expression, write it as axial because it is along the axis, or end on position also we call it. So electric field due to a dipole along the axial line or along its axis is inversely proportional to r cube. But electric field due to a single charge is inversely proportional to r square. So the factor has changed. That time it was r square, now it has become r cube. We will do one more case where we will find out the electric field for equatorial position, which we will be doing in the next class. So this is a very important derivation. So you all should learn this derivation and practice this derivation. Right? Thank you.